And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Tuesday, March 21st. I am Josh Engleman, here to break down a 6-game NBA slate for all of you. And I didn't mention it yesterday, but shout out to spring. Welcome to spring, folks. Good riddance, winter. What's going on, everybody? Hit that like button if you haven't done it yet. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Good morning, folks. Good morning. Last one of these for me until Monday of next week. Oh, third place on FanDuel going into the last game and then THT Crater. That stinks, man. That stinks. I had nothing of value. Jalen Green was atrocious, and he was in most of my lineups. So there's that. Played 40 minutes, too. 0.67 fantasy points per minute. That is not going to get it done, folks. So when you have that in just about everything, that's going to do it for you. Harden was awful. So I had Harden over 2.5, I guess, 3-pointers made yesterday on Prize Picks. Nope. The double OT was ultra irritating. Yeah, I ended up S&P. I ended up with a lot less prints as well once Noel was active. I actually ended up with some Noel, which I wasn't mad about. I had way too much at first, but I wasn't mad about it at all. Yeah, just a dumb slate. It was a real dumb slate. Just annoying. I got Nick Richards right. That didn't matter. Just Jalen Green was atrocious. Truly atrocious. I mean, I shouldn't have been surprised. It's Houston, but what are you going to do? Lots to talk about today. 6 games to break down. No strategy show for me, but I am on the deeper dive today with what I assume is Adam. It's always Adam. So that'll be the last show you get of me until I get back from Vegas. I don't know what the legalities are for every site that exists in Vegas. I don't know. I'm guessing I can't really access anything, but hang out in our Chalkboard app. I'll be dropping bets, that's for sure, because that's going to be the only thing that I'm going to have to do. So we will be sweating some NBA bets. That I can promise you guys, but I'm certainly not playing any NBA DFS while I'm there. I'll probably register MMA on Saturday, but otherwise, won't matter. No DFS or Prize Picks in Vegas. Yeah, I mean that's kind of what I assumed. I mean, I knew no DFS. There are mechanisms to handle that, but. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm going to be trying to play. I'm just going to enjoy my life. Play a little blackjack. And bet on some basketball. That'll be fun. Tail some picks from Ben Raza on the college football. College football. On the college basketball streets. It'll be a good time. Well, folks, let's get into it. I want to drink some coffee. I want to talk some basketball. We got 6 games. We're in no rush. So we could take our time. A couple back-to-backs. Nothing too crazy. Actually, maybe just one. Sacramento? Yeah, Sacramento. By the way, I just tweeted this. I want to show it on the screen right now because I think it's interesting. And I don't think that most people realize it. I still have it up? Yeah, I do. I think I brought this up on a show recently, but I can't help myself. I need to talk about it. If we do this... So you can see on the screen is 5-man lineup combinations and their net rating. Sacramento, Fox, Herter, Barnes, Murray, Sabonis, plus 3.6. It's 51st percentile. But either way, plus 3.6. Just above them at plus 4, the Orlando Magic's starting lineup, Fultz, Harris, Wagner, Banchero, Carter. Just below them, 3.4. So basically, these three are basically the same. Nembhard, Halliburton, Hield, Nesmith, Turner. So when you see the Sacramento Kings rolling into the playoffs thinking, man, that starting 5 is good. Fox is exceptional, and Sabonis is this and that. Just remember, they're performing the same way that the Orlando Magic and Indiana Pacers starting 5 are. Yeah. Look, they're going to be a 2 seed. It's a great 2 or 3 seed. That's a great story. And wins matter. But we need to remember what actually predicts basketball games. And it's not wins. We've got better metrics than that. It's not to undersell Sacramento. They're having a great year. Like, it's not like they're bad. That's not what I'm trying to say. I think that's a better testament to what those Orlando guys look like and the Indiana guys look like than a negative to Sacramento. But this is not a team that is competing with the best starting five of the Warriors, the best starting five of Philly, Boston, Denver, Phoenix. We're not talking about the same teams here. So be aware of that when we get to the playoffs. By the way, worst team, the Pelicans without Zion. McCollum, Murphy, Ingram, Jones, Joval, the starting five that you see pretty regularly now. -17. So good idea. Signing that long-term extension to CJ McCollum when you didn't have to really lock in the worst starting five that's played 400 possessions this year. Genius move. Good idea getting Joval. Genius move. Instead of using all of the assets that you had to trade for Miles Turner to fit alongside Zion at the very least, you didn't. And now your team stinks. Enjoy that. Congrats. You're worse than Detroit. Anyway, let's talk some basketball, shall we? And shout out to the lineup generator. You see the banner on the top of the screen. 50% off your first week of the lineup generator. Less than $5. $4.48. You cannot beat that, folks. You cannot beat it. We handle the lineup generator. We create the lineups. You choose from what we created, and we get rid of all the ones that we think already stink. That should be the big selling point. How is it different with Nance over Joval? It's a good question. The sample is probably really, really small. But let me see. I'm guessing there's not a big enough sample. I think the biggest problem there is that Brandon Ingram isn't good enough to be the number one guy. He's a number 2 at best. CJ's not good enough to be a number 2. He's a number 3 at best. Everybody's in the wrong role. Ooh, froze on my screen, that's for sure. Let's pull it up. We'll check out Pelicans with Nance. All right, let's see. Lineups. Because they're going to, I assume they have a decent Zion lineup or two because that dude just makes everybody better. All right, so that 400 lineups is the most. There we go. It's this lineup right here. They've only played 114 possessions with Nance, plus 12. That could be shooting luck. That could be a few things in 114. But, obviously, you're not surprised that it's better either. The number one Zion lineup, when you swap out Trey Murphy for it, plus 10. So, that also helps. But, yeah. And if you swap out Najee Marshall for Brandon Ingram, they're actually plus 11. So think about that for a second. The defense is what's killing them. That 400 possessions is 129 defensive rating. Now, again, that's probably a little bit fluky three-point shooting. We could look into that if this was a different show. But, at 129, that's rough. Alrighty, let's bail on that and let's talk basketball. Plus, I got my banner back. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna save where I'm at right now and reopen this file because apparently Excel refreshed itself and has some updates. So I'd rather just handle this now before that banner just keeps popping up on the screen. See, you guys can see it. Verifying Microsoft Excel. Shark Killer, thank you. I appreciate that. It was very enjoyable experience for me. That's for sure. All right, now we're back at it. Here we go. Game 1. Washington Wizards are 1-point dogs in Orlando. Some might say the Sacramento Kings are playing in this one. Wizards taking on the Magic, 227 total for Washington. No Kyle Kuzma, but Kristaps Porzingis is in. Obviously, we had Kuzma miss on Tuesday of last week. So basically the same day a week ago. So let's take Kuzma out and let's project what we need here. So last Tuesday, when Kristaps Porzingis when Kyle Kuzma sat, my apologies on that one, they were taking on the Pistons, and they stink. But we did get Corey Kispert in the starting lineup in place of Kyle Kuzma. I'm going to assume that they do the same thing once again. Now, we've got 27 minutes in for Monty Morris. I'm going to say that seems about right to me. $23 for DeLon Wright feels about right with Kuzma out. 35 for Beal. Those minutes have come back down. I don't want to go too crazy. I'm going to go to 34 on... gosh. All right, so like Beal was on pace to play more there. Yeah, I'm going to maintain that 35 for Beal. We got Kispert in for 31. I am going to bump that up a little bit. He played 33 and was set to play more than that the last time he covered for him. So let's get him up to 33. And then we've got Denny in for 23. He played 28 that day. Just played a little bit more. Did get blowout run, which is interesting. I don't think that would continue. So maybe we go to like 26 for Denny. We got 23 in for Gafford, and that seems fine. And I know I've got 33 in for Porzingis, which seems fine. Which means that we need to bump up. Evidently, Johnny Davis is just playing now. So congratulations to them for unearthing a garbage backup. So we'll go ahead and get him in for 16 minutes. And then I'm guessing we probably get like Anthony Gill. Gill, it's Goodwin, it's Gibson. It's going to go one of those directions, that's for sure. Don't think it's going to be Kendrick Nunn, although it could be. I got 24 minutes here. I'm going to go 12 Gill and 12 Taj. And I think that should cover me here. Now, we do need to grab new rates, unfortunately. No Kuzma means a bump to Porzingis, and it means a bump to Bradley Beal. Oh, holy shit. Hold on, folks. My apologies. You would think I would notice this after however long this has been, but I didn't. I got a coffee here, folks. I hope you do as well. Apologies for not cheersing with you. This is probably the first time I haven't done that in a year and a half, 2 years. So if you've got a drink, please join me in a cheers. Rise and grind, everybody. We almost missed it. Clink. Cheers, guys. Enjoy your morning. My apologies. God. Golly. Crawl Reyes, Josh, are you using the lineup that you're inputting to the lineup generator? I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't understand what you mean. Not sure. If you're asking me if I use the lineup generator, the answer is no. I use Fantasy Cruncher, another product available at Stokastic, because I like to I generate more lineups than what our lineup generator supports. Jerome, I will absolutely enjoy my trip to Vegas. Jay, what kind of coffee? It's another one of the La Colombes that my buddy had sent to me. It's the one that tastes like marzipan and cream and something else. It's delicious today. Yeah, Johnny Davis, not great. All right, let's grab these rates. Let's get Kyle Kuzma off the floor. And let's say that we start Beal, Porzingis, and Gafford. How many minutes do we have when we have the double big start with Beal? 80? Wow, that is not a lot of minutes. Oh, I had that wrong. Might be more minutes now. Shark Killer. Enjoy that. I know I would. I mean, I might flip the balance. Well, like I wouldn't want vodka. I would have like a coffee with like an Irish coffee with those two would be great. 2 shots of vodka that's a lot right now. I get where you're going with it though. A glass of red wine, maybe I would prefer in that scenario. All right, let's get these rates. Bradley Beal, 342 minutes starting alongside Porzingis and Gafford with Kyle Kuzma off. I think that's going to be a good enough sample. Beal goes to 33% usage. I'm going to go up to 32. Corey Kispert is at about 13.5. Daniel Gafford at 13.5. Delon Wright is at like 12. Denny is at 15.5. KP is at 29. And Monty Morris at 16. Now that is leaving me a little bit of additional usage. I'm going to take Rui off. He seems to be the guy that had those possessions. So I just want to see who actually gets the bump. Yeah, I feel bad for you, man. I'm going to knock on wood. Knocking on wood here. I've never broken anything other than a finger. I broke a couple fingers playing basketball in my life, but I have never broken a bone. And personally, I would like to continue that streak for the rest of my life. All right, so that's going to be the scoring output, at least, for Washington. Assist rate changes, I'm guessing, don't really exist because it's not like Kuzma's that guy. Rebounding should be interesting for at least Porzingis and for Daniel Gafford. Porzingis doesn't really change all that much. Daniel Gafford doesn't really change all that much. Does Denny? Now, Denny actually comes down, so I'm not going to make any other changes there. We're going to say that that is Washington for today. Or Orlando. What do we need for the Magic? No Jalen Suggs, still out with the concussion. So same rotation that we've had now for the past 2 games. They've removed Mo Wagner from the starting lineup, or from the backup rotation. So we now have we now have Goga Batadze. So we've got 33 minutes. I'm going to actually cut everybody out of this rotation and do it from scratch. It's just more fun to start over. Wendell Carter Jr. Don't want to do that. Wendell Carter Jr. and Goga split all 48 minutes on Sunday. They split all 48 minutes on Saturday, which means I think they're going to split those minutes again today. We're going to go 32 and 16. How many things do I think Anthony Davis is broken? Not a lot. Nothing, if memory serves. I can't picture any broken anythings. All right, Paolo Banchero playing 35 minutes a night. Get in there. Franz Wagner playing 33 minutes a night. Get in there. Fultz at 33. That works. And then we get Gary Harris in for his 26. Now, looks like they're going to very minimal minutes for Bowl. Sunday the 19th. Is that a real rotation or a blowout rotation? That is a real rotation. So we will get him minimal minutes. Cole Anthony seems pretty firm into 28 at this point. So we're going to go ahead and get him those 28. And now we need Caleb Houston, Kevon Harris, and Bol splitting 37 minutes. Doesn't get much easier than that. Harris, small forward. Houston, small forward. Bol, power forward, I guess. Houston's played 14 minutes in both recent games. We're definitely doing that. So we'll go 14 to Houston. We're going to go 14 to Harris and 9 to Bol. No rate changes, though. These rates have already been changed to take into account no Jalen Suggs. So as we look at game number 1, this should be good, right? Yep, 6-6. Cool. Paolo looks solid at 7,200. Wendell Carter Jr. looks solid at 6,900, but he's a center, so that won't look as replacement value is a little bit worse. But I like Paolo the most here at 7,200. No problem getting to Cole Anthony, Franz Wagner, Markelle Fultz. Can you play Fultz and Anthony in the same lineup? Yeah, you can. I mean, it wouldn't be my first priority, but they're both going to grade out as guys that, should be owned. But yeah, you can absolutely play those guys together. For Washington, so this is going to be a game where you don't mind getting pieces, and you'll have a bunch of it, but you're not going to have any one guy significantly more than the others. Bradley Beal is your best option on Washington at 8,400. Porzingis looks fine at 8,900, power forward center. Kispert's fine for value. There are no priorities here for Washington, though. So we go to game number 2. Cool, the Pistons play today. They don't ever play. Detroit Pistons taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Pistons are 12.5-point dogs, 238 total. Pistons are without Bojan, no Jalen Duren, no Alec Burks. RJ Hampton and Isaiah Livers are both questionable. I assume Livers starts if he's back in place of Rodney Magruder. But we are going to reproject this entire lineup because they are playing different minutes. So Wiseman continues to play more and more. Jalen Duren playing very minimally. I guess he got hurt and has cervical whiplash. Did he hurt his cervix? That's a joke that I wish I could make for more people. So, I mean, we got to project Wiseman for 29, 30 minutes, right? It's a shame his price isn't going to matter for this. So with no Duren, we're going to get Bagley as the backup center. I think he has to. And then they're obviously going to play alongside each other as well. So I'm going to go 29 to both of them. Omer Uri kind of just has to play a bunch today. So we'll go 22. And then we'll get Killian Hayes in for his 33. We'll get... Oh, man. Do I go 34? I do. We're going to go 34 Hayes, 34 Ivy. And then I think Livers comes back. Even though he's missed 3 games, I think he's going to come back and start and play 28 minutes or something. What's he out with, by the way? Right hip soreness. We'll go 26 to Livers. We're going to go 26 to Rodney Magruder as well. Corey Joseph seems to be playing 28 minutes a night at this point. I'm going to go to 26 on him as well. That leaves me 14 for RJ Hampton. It sure does sound more like an Anthony Davis injury. Rate changes. I don't think I have anything else to move here. We've got Ivy, Hayes, Wiseman, Bagley all in. Corey Joseph and Rodney Magruder can soak up whatever's left. That's going to be the Pistons. They could look okay. I don't know their pricing. The minutes are there. You can see Detroit's doing the same stuff that Houston did. They just don't have anything to tank for. Or you just play those guys more because they stink too. Now we go to Atlanta. Q tag on DeJounte Murray. Illness. Jalen Johnson out. So we have to assume that DeJounte Murray is in. I got him in for 36 minutes. I would really prefer to not give him any more playing time, but it probably should be 37. This guy just plays a lot. 34 minutes for Trey. Going to have to work. I got 34 in for DeAndre Hunter. I'm going to make that 33. We still got Capella and Okongwu splitting 48 minutes. I had it 26-21 last time out. I'm going to make that 27-21. Interesting spot for Okongwu today, though. You know, if this breaks correctly, he could get like 24 minutes. Saddiq Bey, I probably have a little, over projected. Bring his minutes down a hair. John Collins at 27 seems about right. 24 for Bogdan Bogdanovic seems about right. I think we're good here. Yeah, revenge narrative for Saddiq Bey. Easy game to break down, though. Like, I don't have any other rates to change or anything here. So as we look at it, yeah, we love Atlanta. Love Atlanta. Murray, Young, Hunter, Capella all look great. I think Capella and Murray look the best. Capella obviously slightly discounted. So surprise, surprise. I like DeJounte Murray. But, you know, a matchup against the Pistons is a dream scenario. Just play Murray, play Young, play Hunter, play Capella. Throw in some random John Collins, Saddiq Bey, and you'll feel pretty good. After that, we go to Detroit. And they look good as well. Look, 6,700 for Ivy, 6,500 for Hayes, 6,400 for James Wiseman. Those are all three really good prices. Like, I like the idea of getting to those guys. And Bagley, I think, for 6,300 with that power forward eligibility looks good as well. Dick Chuck, thank you. Thank you. I really like this Detroit-Atlanta game. If it stays competitive, there are going to be pieces from that game in optimal lineups for sure. Now we go to Cleveland at Brooklyn. Cleveland is 3-point favorites in Brooklyn, 218 total. I know Jared Allen has a Q tag, so I guess we have to project him in. Right eye contusion. So clearly, like, if he's playing, he's going straight back to normal Jared Allen shit. Let's go Darius Garland, 35 minutes. Donovan Mitchell, 35 minutes. Isaac Okoro, 26 minutes. Evan Mobley, 34 minutes. And then Jared Allen, we're going to go 32. Diakite, I don't think is going to play any longer. So we're going to get Mobley as the backup. We're going to get Ricky Rubio in for his 20. We're going to get Karis LeVert in for 28. That leaves me 30 minutes for some combination of Lamar Stevens and Chetty. Chetty's minutes came down a bit. So I guess we're going to go something like 20 and 10, Lamar Stevens and Chetty. That's easy. So that's Cleveland. I need to grab rates for Jared Allen. So let's scratch everything that's here. And we're going to say very easily, games where LeVert start. Nope, wrong. I want wrong guy already. Mitchell starts, Allen starts, Garland starts, Evan Mobley starts. And I am going to say Kevin Love off. Oh man, I love coffee so much. The gluttony that I'm going to go through in Las Vegas starting tomorrow is going to be staggering. We land tomorrow, like early afternoon, early evening type stuff, like 4 or 5, I think. I'm going to eat 100 In-N-Out burgers. I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. For those of you that are here from the West Coast, which I assume is not a lot of you, considering it's 4 o'clock in the morning, I am an In-N-Out guy. And the idea of just stuffing like a triple cheeseburger down my stupid face is pretty high on the list of things that I like in life. Karis LeVert's usage rate when those guys start is a crisp 15%. Darius Garland is at 26.5. Donovan Mitchell is at 30.5. Evan Mobley is at 19.5. Jared Allen is at 16.5. And Ricky Rubio at 17. Cameron, glad you're here, man. The hell are you doing awake? I guess I don't have any other rates to change. Like, these guys probably have played so much alongside each other that everything starts to stabilize. Yeah, I don't really have any other changes here. So that's going to be Cleveland. And they're not going to look good here with this 218 total. Then we go to Brooklyn. And for the Nets, questionable tag on Dorian Finney-Smith. Obviously, still no Ben Simmons. We're not really making any major changes here. At least I don't think we are. I still got Dinwiddie in for 36 minutes. What happened on Sunday? Was that a blowout? 19. Brooklyn. No, competitive game. Okay, what happened here? Did Dinwiddie get minus 24? So it was a blowout and they just closed it? Okay. Average lead was 10. It was 100 to 81. That makes a lot more sense then. It went on a 20-0 run basically late. So that's why Dinwiddie and Bridges and stuff didn't come back in. So yeah, I'm going to stick with 36 minutes for Spencer Dinwiddie. We're going to stick with 36 minutes for Mikal Bridges. I got Cam in for 32. Claxton in for 31. 25 for Royce O'Neal. I don't mind that being 26. Joe Harris playing 12. Seth Curry playing 18. Dorian Finney-Smith I have in for 33. That I'm actually going to bring down to 31. Lets me bump up Cam Thomas to... Although Cam Thomas sort of getting those minutes because of the way that game broke. Let's take 8 away. Probably needs to be around 14. Leaves me 4. I'll hide 2 more on Joe Harris. I don't have anybody else I could hide those minutes on. So congratulations, Daron Sharp. You could have 2. No rate changes either for Brooklyn. So as we look at Brooklyn, no surprises here. Like, Mikal Bridges is a perfectly reasonable option at 7,800. And Nick Claxton is obviously a very reasonable $6,800 center. But there are no priorities coming from Brooklyn. For Cleveland, why doesn't Donovan Mitchell look better? I guess the low scoring environment. I mean, I like $7,500 Garland more than $8,800 Mitchell. But I'd be happy to have either one of them. And then, again, Jared Allen looks really good at 6,200. But we've named multiple centers now in that range that look reasonable. 126 people here. Hit that like button if you haven't done it already. We're halfway through. We're going to San Antonio now. 11-point underdogs in New Orleans. We just got done talking about how shitty that New Orleans lineup is. Well, time for San Antonio. Oh my God, I'm tired of this shit. Okay, so Trey Jones is doubtful. Malachi Branham and Keldon Johnson appear to be available. No Jeremy Sohan, no Zach Collins, no Devin Vassell. Keita Bates-Diop, Romeo Langford, McDermott available. Q tag on Devontae Graham. Whale, Here we go. Tolga, thank you. All right. So let's think about this from a starting lineup perspective. I think we're going to get Devontae Graham and Malachi Branham at the 1 and the 2. So let's go 29 minutes to Graham. Let's go 29 minutes to Malachi Branham. And if Keldon Johnson is playing, he's just playing 34 minutes like he normally does. Starting center, I guess we're doing the Mamu thing again, right? I'm going to say we get 30 minutes out of him. He played 33 the last time he started. And then Keita Bates-Diop, I'm guessing at the 4. And then he plays 27 minutes. Something like that. Get 5 guys in there right out of the gate. I'm guessing Dominic. No, we're probably going to get Gorgie Jang as the backup. He actually played alongside they went to OT. All right. I assume on the 13th or on the 15th that Gorgie Jang didn't play in that overtime. But I need to look it up. No. Okay. So McDermott played a little bit there. Mamu played the whole overtime. He played 28 minutes in regulation. We're going to take that down to 28 then. Actually, why didn't he play in the end of the second quarter? 1 foul, no fouls, no fouls. So he only had 1 foul there. They went to Barlow instead. He can pick up playing time. I'm going 29 on Mamu. And then Gorgie Jang played a pretty standard second quarter rotation alongside Mamu. Never played alongside. No, and then he did in the second half. They played alongside Barlow. Okay. So let's get Gorgie Jang in for 14. We're going to get Dominic Barlow in for 18. And then we're going to get McBuckets in for like 22. That's 8 guys. We still need to get Blake Wesley in there. I'm going to give him just a straight point guard backup run, 19 minutes. And then that leaves me another 19 minutes for Romeo Langford. Romeo Langford might start. So he started that game. Oh, man. So Langford's been back. And then he sat out Friday. Then he played another 21 minutes on Sunday. Is Langford going to play a little bit more? Is he going to start? He's probably not going to start, right? They started Langford over Branham. He could start, I guess. But I'm going to assume it's Branham. I do kind of want to get Langford 2 more minutes there, though. Who can I take them from? I guess Barlow's never going to make a difference. But let's get Langford up to 21. And that's going to be our rotation for San Antonio. Now, usage. This is obviously a pain in the ass, given how many guys are not on the team. If we take off Devin Vassell, we're going to work our way backwards from usage, because I think that's the easiest way to break down teams like this. So, highest usage guy is Keldon Johnson. Zach Collins is second, but that's only at 21. And then Sohan is actually third. And then Trey Jones is actually fourth. If I take all of those guys off, if I take Sohan off, Trey Jones off, and Zach Collins off. But now what I'm going to say is that I want at least 3 of those guys off the floor at all times. The most I'll put on is 1. That should give me a pretty good idea about rates here. Because Keldon Johnson still plays the most minutes then. But it really creates a limiting factor. I'm going to add Josh Richardson to that and bump that up 1 more spot. So now we want, again, at most 1 of those guys on the floor. Yeah, that makes it fit a little bit better here. Is there anybody else I should cut out of there? No, probably not. So we're going to go Devontae Graham, Play 248 minutes in this scenario, 19.5% usage rate. And then Keita Bates-Diop is at about 16.5. Keldon Johnson is at 30. Malachi Branham is at 20. And Mamu, who the hell knows? We're going to go 17.5. Those rates all look fine. Does Devontae Graham do anything with the ball? Not really. Not anything different, at least. Yeah, that Mamu one was weird. Like, I had him, and then the dude ended up playing like 7 minutes more than I expected and still wasn't all that good. That was a frustrating slate. Branham do anything more? No. Mamu? Yeah, don't really have his rates. Mamu just has to be himself today. Does Keldon Johnson get more rebound? No. Does Keita? No. Does Mamu? Probably doesn't matter. Could. This one's going to be real interesting. I'm anxious to see San Antonio. Let's go to the Pels. What do we know for New Orleans? Same as usual. No Zion, no Alvarado. So that's 2 straight games of Joe Val being a pain in the ass. Let's think about that for a second. 33 or whatever to Joe Val, 12 to Nance. And then Jackson Hayes played 2.5. What happened on Sunday? Was that a blowout? How did Nance play 2 minutes? Or how did Hayes play 2 minutes? They gave him just a random 2-minute stretch in the fourth quarter. Got it. Man, I don't know what to do with Joe Val here. He should have no problem staying on the floor against San Antonio. That's the thing. Like, this is not a spot where they need to deploy someone different. So I'm going 30 to Joe Val, 18 to Nance. Trey Murphy in for 36 minutes. Brandon Ingram in for 35 minutes. CJ in for 35 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. We got 23 for Josh Richardson. Yeah, I don't like that. We're going to bring that down a notch. We'll bring that down to 22. 31 for Herb Jones. 20 for Najee Marshall. So 19 to Marshall. Then 14 to Dyson Daniels, which is too many, but also doesn't matter. Rates stay the same. Whoo, boy. Okay. Well, we've mentioned a lot of 6K centers at this point. The best one now is Joe Val at 6,600. So if you've ever wanted to know what's going to happen today, I can tell you right now. I'm going to play a lot of Joe Val, and that dude's going to play 16 minutes today, and they're going to go to Jackson Hayes. Just be aware of it. Trey Murphy, Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, all grade out very well relative to salary. 6,200 for Trey Murphy feels like a real problem, but I mean, 36 minutes a night is no joke against San Antonio. But you got to play a ton of Joe Val today. There's no other way. And then I'm afraid to hit San Antonio. Yeah, so 4,200 for Mamu. Gotta just play a ton of him. I can't really see a way around it. I think you got to play a lot of Keita Bates-Diop. I think you got to play a lot of Keldon Johnson. I think you got to play a lot of Devontae Graham. I think all 4 guys look pretty good. I'm not all that interested in Malachi Branham, so I guess I don't care if he starts then. But Keldon Johnson, Devontae Graham, Mamu, Keita Bates-Diop all look good to me. And then we like the other side as well. So that's Spurs Pels. That is a game for us, folks. A lot of value there. Boston, Sacramento. The Celtics are 4.5-point favorites in Sacramento. Put that into your brain, folks. The Celtics are 4.5-point favorites on the road in Sacramento. The betting lines are telling you the truth. Don't overreact to the standings. The Sacramento team is not as good as you think they are. Not even close. All right, let's go to Boston. Or Boston. What do we know here? Marcus Smart available. Al Horford available. Robert Williams available. Yo! This guy did not know the Time Lord was back. Please be healthy. Please get healthy. Look, I don't care if you're a Celtics fan, if you hate the Celtics, it doesn't matter to me. We should want the best teams to have their best players to see the best basketball we can get. And Robert Williams being healthy for Boston for the playoffs is everything. It makes all of the playoff basketball better. So let's hope that this guy can stay healthy. We don't want to cheer for injuries, you know? All right, let's put Time Lord back out on the floor. Let's assume that he's playing about 20 minutes. And then let's assume that we're going to get the other 28 going to Al Horford at center. Plus, you know, another 3 more minutes. We're going to get, since everybody's back, we kind of know how we do this. We get 37 for Brown, 37 for Tatum. We get Derek White for what, 26? We get Malcolm Brogdon for like 26. We get Marcus Smart for 33. And then we get 30 minutes to split between Grant Williams and Sam Hauser. I'm going to say that's 18 and 12. So now we could redistribute these minutes. So Tatum goes there. And then Brogdon goes there. Boom, done. Why do the Celtics hate Derek White? It's a good question. You want to play a game quick? Let's play the game of what do the Celtics lineups look like? Because I don't know the answer to this. We've looked at one team already today. Let's do one more before we move on any further. Because we're slowly running out of time to do the process. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know if the process is back next year. At least not the way that it's constituted now. I think we might end up having to look at this a little bit differently. Maybe, just maybe, this becomes a night show. And this guy stops waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I think this could be a really fun show. I know no one's going to be happy with what I'm about to say, and I really enjoy doing this show the way that we do it. But I would not be surprised if I start doing this show at like 10 o'clock at night. Work our way through it. Have it set up. Yeah, Ryan. It's a grind, man. And it's not the most valuable piece of content that I can do. Trust me, I love it. I love it. It's my favorite thing to do because I don't have any like guideposts. But I think moving it towards building this out right after lock, where there's some games on, we can get some people in here shooting the shit. I think that's the play. Look, we'll see. Look, we're talking 6 months from now. We'll see what it ends up looking like. But I kind of want to redistribute my calendar. All right, so the best Celtics lineup does have Derek White in it. Smart, White, Brown, Tatum, Horford. If we put Robert Williams in for White, it's been bad. But they don't really have a huge sample of these things. But Derek White appears to be in a lot of these best lineups. Look at this. Derek White in it, plus 13. No Derek White, even. Derek White plus 13. No Derek White minus 18. No Derek White minus 16. Derek White here plus 17. Derek White here plus 43. White, Brown, Tatum, Horford, Robert Williams. That's a fun lineup. Lethal defense. I just do so much pre-recorded content and stuff now that opening that up in my morning, starting that stuff at like 7:30 in lieu of doing this show might be better for my sanity. We'll see though. Look, something is going to exist where I break down the slate, but I don't know if I want to do 6:30 in the morning any longer. I'm getting old, man. Something needs to exist. I will agree with everybody there. But for now, I don't know. I don't know how it'll exist next year. This isn't exactly like a big moneymaker show, Yeah, Marcus Smart is having a very weird year. Let's go to Sacramento. Let's close this out for this Boston game. Now, obviously, they're on a back-to-back. We don't know the status of Kevin Huerter. Hard to really make any changes here. We did get 35.5 minutes out of De'Aaron Fox last night. I'm going to leave the exact same rotation in that I had yesterday. I don't really see a way to change it. Yeah, they used to do the slate starter pod. All right, so for Sacramento against Boston, I assume we don't like anything here. Yeah, so it's Fox at 8,300 because that price is dumb. But we don't have anything more here. You can get to Sabonis. You can get to a little bit of Trey Lyles if you want to, a little bit of Harrison Barnes. Fox is by far the best play at 8,300. But it's Boston. Like, it's not a great spot, especially on the back-to-back. For the Celtics, kind of the same situation here. I probably have Marcus Smart a little over-projected, but he looks okay. 9K for Jaylen Brown is fine. 10.5 for Jason Tatum is fine. I'm happy to go to any of those guys. That's not the best. For a game with a 238 total, it's not a great spot for either side. But now we close it out with Oklahoma City, Shea revenge narrative, 6.5-point dogs in LA against the Clippers, 236 total. What late swap? Guys, if I start that show at 10 o'clock, the slate's over. Everything's done. Unless we're saying like we're worried about the games that start at 10:30, at which point I would just start at 10:30. I would start whenever the slate is officially locked. That's the way that I'm picturing it. Because then I could sleep in. And that seems better. That just seems better. All right, let's do OKC. Thunder. Everybody's available. 35 minutes for Shea. 32 minutes for Giddey. 32 minutes for Dort. 33 minutes for Jalen Williams. 22 minutes for the other Jalen Williams. We got 26 for Joe. We've got Lindy Waters for 13. Can probably go up. That takes him to 16. 13 for Wiggins. 14 for Saric. Yeah, it seems like we're pretty good here. I don't really trust any of it, so. Take a couple minutes from Ousmane Dieng. Give him the Trey Man. Yeah, it's like the show. We could premiere it then. It wouldn't be. You can still watch it again at 5:30 in the morning and get the same sort of vibes. I don't know. Just something I've been thinking about. I want to redistribute my schedule a little bit. being up would allow me to like also, sweat a little bit with people for an hour, pop some tweets out. I think it would just be better for my general sanity. Let's go to the Clips. Close this one out. Final team of the slate, Clippers. No Norm Powell, no Brandon Boston. So we got a full-strength Clippers team here. 37 minutes for Kawhi, 36 for Paul George. We're going to go to 29 on Russell Westbrook. We're going to bring Terrence Mann down to 20. We've got Ivica Zubac in for 27. We are going to make that 28. We've got Mason Plumlee in for 19. 26 for Marcus Morris. That dude is going to be a pain in my ass. 18 for Batum. 28 for Eric Gordon. No rate changes. Easy game. I like Kawhi for 9,500. That should not be surprising. It's a great spot. Paul George looks fine, but these prices are too close to each other now. Don't mind getting to Paul George either. 5,900 for Zubac. In theory, looks good, but he's probably like the 13th best center. And then luckily Marcus Morris up to 3,900, so I don't have to get it. OKC, 9,800 for Shea. Honestly, I thought would look better than it does. 7,600 for Josh Giddey, oddly enough, looks better to me. I don't like how much better Giddey looks this year. I've been a pretty big negative Giddey guy, and like the defense is abhorrent, to say the least. He's had a much better year than I expected. So that is a thing. I want to see how he's been trending in Darko, because I assume it's good. Yeah, I mean, he really cratered early, but has rebounded big time. There's a career there for Giddey, for sure. But there's something there. I mean, he's so highly inefficient, but he got a lot better. He got a lot better. There's something there. I just don't know what it is. It's a weird fit with Shea. Anyway, 6 games up, 6 games down. You guys know the time. We got to run some crunches, folks. It is crunch time. Bum, bum, bum. That's what we should have called. We should have named this segment Crunch Time, brought to you by Fantasy Cruncher. Yeah, 53% true shooting, not really what you're looking for, but took a big step forward in efficiency. He's young as shit. We're talking about a guy that's 20 and a half years old. To get to 53 and a half right now for this OKC team, I like it. Obviously, fantastic distributor, really good rebounder. If he could get up to neutral true shooting, he becomes a really interesting part of an offense. A really good guy to have, he would be the guy that I would want to run the stagger for. So when Shea comes off, you have Giddey out there at the end, to stabilize the offense. First quarter, second quarter type stuff. It's the size that I'm interested in. All right, here we go. FanDuel Optimal. Wow, so Tatum I have as the highest projected guy on this slate. This is one today. Optimals. 311.81. This is the optimal by 0.21. Marcus Smart, DeJounte Murray, Josh Giddey, Jaden Ivey, Brandon Ingram, Trey Murphy, Mamu, Bagley, Capella. Nothing crazy there to me. Balanced is a little surprising. No Sabonis, no Tatum, no Shea. We get Trae Young in 2 lineups, and then it falls off a cliff. Yeah, I mean, he's no chance over Paolo. But I'm with you. He's had a much better year than expected. I just want the Thunder to miss the playoffs and get Wembanyama. The world's more fun if that happens. All right, let's go power rankings on FanDuel. What do we got? Is Marcus Smart's salary just down a bunch? Is that why he's popping up? Because, like, obviously he gets to the Sacramento matchup, which helps. Yeah, it is down too. He's 5,600. That's the cheapest he's been all season. Yeah, basically all year. This was a guy that was sitting in the mid sixes. So is he playing well? No. But at 5,600 today, we're talking what? 23? No, 28? 25 and 3. Yeah, 28 and 6, 34. So, like, this game against Portland that he just had, that can be in an optimal lineup. That 35, that 34, all three of those can be in an optimal lineup. So let's just say 1, 2, 3 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. So 30% of the time, Marcus Smart hits a score, hits a boom score over his last 10. And that's basically where he's at today. So that math makes sense to me. Marvin Bagley is your number one contender on FanDuel. Mamu Kalishvili in there at 2. Marcus Smart, Trey Murphy, Jaden Ivey round out the top 5. Giddey, Hunter, Ingram, Murray, and Devontae Graham are the rest of your top 10. And now we go to DraftKings. Salary is going to be very interesting here, just because of the way that the top end projects. We could get Tatum in an optimal. I think we're going to get Trae Young at 9,600 in an optimal. I got neither of them, oddly enough. On either side of it, interesting. 286.61. This is the optimal by 0.14. Jaden Ivey, DeJounte Murray, Keita Bates-Diop, Paolo Banchero, Mamu, Devontae Graham, Brandon Ingram, Joe Val. I mean, it's not like I see anything here that's crazy. I do like the 5-person game stack of Pels Spurs. I like getting to that the way that it's set up. I clearly like the Ivy Murray piece. And then, solo shouting Paolo Banchero doesn't feel all that bad. If you swap Ivy to Hayes, you could turn Banchero into Keldon Johnson. I think that's all reasonable. And now we go power rankings DraftKings. Looking like it's going to be Joe Val. So enjoy that day. That dude's going to play 18 minutes today, man. We know it. For him, we're looking for 39 fantasy points, 40 plus. Hung 45.5 and 52. If he does either one of those, you got to have him today. And honestly, he's done it in 4 out of his last 7. No, 3 out of his last 7. If he hits 42.5 today, that's what you need. He looks great. He looks great. Joe Val is your number one contender. Keita Bates-Diop, Mamu, DeJounte Murray, and Devontae Graham are the rest of your top 5. Trey Murphy, Brandon Ingram, Clint Capella, Killian Hayes, and Jaden Ivey round out the rest of it. Man. Fun slate. I kind of like it. It's gross as shit, though. Really aggressively awful. But we'll have some fun. Prize Picks video. We went 3-1 last night on Prize Picks and 3-0 on No House Advantage. We lost out on Şengün, but we still went 3-0, so that was nice. We finally got a little bit of a dub there. But 3-1 on Prize Picks. We ended up pushing on like Gordon Hayward assists or something. What did we lose on? Oh, we lost on the stupid Harden threes prop. Look, that dude played a double OT game and still went 0 for 6 from 3. I mean, I will never regret that one. So we got Prize Picks video coming out, No House Advantage video coming out, Contenders videos coming out. No strategy show for me. You get me on the deeper dive with Adam later tonight. We'll be breaking down this 6-gamer. You want to make sure you watch that. That's the best show in the industry. Bar none. I assume it's... Let me make sure that it's Adam. Because it could just as easily be like me and Laffy, and I wouldn't know. But I assume it's me and Adam. You will not get a better DFS show anywhere in the world. It is me and Adam. 5 o'clock tonight. Deeper dive. Don't miss it. And don't miss the odd shot today either, too, guys. 4 o'clock. on the Odds Shopper channel. It's Lofty and Ben breaking down sports betting for the day, anything that they could touch on, making community parlays, giveaways. It's a fantastic show. This is the last process show for the week, folks. You don't get me any more days. I am diggity done. Sorry about it, folks. Gotta go. Vegas awaits. So you get one more live show for me, and then I don't see you guys again until next Monday. Coming back, giant smile on my face, batteries recharged. Maybe I'll pop in for the strategy show on Sunday. So keep an eye out in chat, but I don't think I'm home fast enough. We'll see. Thank you guys for being here. Good luck without me for a couple days. Should be difficult. Guys, this was the process.